astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jeran from Jeranism, back with another live video for you today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. When I say us, that's because I'm not alone. I'm joined by David Weiss. But first, you see on the screen what we're going to be doing. It's the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app review. So we've talked about doing this for a while. Let me bring up our cameras so you can see that we are actual real people. We would like to think. There we go. All right. So you're looking at the app down below, and you're looking at the small hat that created it in the upper left. Dave, thanks for joining me. How are you?
Oh, awesome, man. It's been a long time we've been working on this. So hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Are you having any sound problems now, Dave? Or is everything
I know
okay?
it's all good. I can hear you. I can hear
Beautiful.
me. I can't see you, but that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. You can't even have YouTube up, huh?
No, I can't.
All right. Well, rest assured, I'm on the screen. You're on the screen. We both have flat Earth maps. Almost look like they're next to each other. I wish I had something I could hand you right now, but I don't really have anything. Here's my iPhone.
All right, I got it.
There you go. Yes. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through the features of the app. So if you don't have it yet, what is wrong with you? Also, you can simply go to the two links that are in the description of this video. If you have iOS, you can go to the iOS version. If you have Google Android, you can go to the Google Android version. Dave, you want me to read from the iOS app store?
Sure, read a little intro, and then we'll go. The purpose of this is to go through. There's so many functions. I get emails every day. Hey, how do I change it from centigrade to Fahrenheit? Can you do this? Can you do that? And all of the features are already there. So that's what we're going to do.
All right, and you can see it's up to date right now. You can see it's 4:22 p.m. That's on East Coast time. So the app says, our sun and moon in our sky make a perfect clock. I would agree with that. The Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Clock app shows you how it works. A great way to track the sun and moon around the circle of the Earth. The Flat Earth, Sun, and Moon Clock shows you where you are and where the sun and moon are on their journey around the face of the Earth as shown on the azimuthal equidistant projection map. You can see where daylight and nighttime are, as well as the position and phase of the moon as the sun slowly laps it every month. Track the seasons as the sun travels outward to the Tropic of Capricorn in December and then makes its way inward to the Tropic of Cancer for June. Premium features include time-lapse function, hourly and daily time-lapse speeds. Watch the phases and locations of the moon along the sun's position as it travels between the tropics. Watch how the day and night change during the seasons and how they become equal during the two equinoxes. Has customizable backgrounds, and it lists all the features that we can go through piece by piece right now. So, Dave, one of the questions I have right off the bat is, you're charging $2.99 for this. Why isn't it free?
Truth should be free, Jeran. You know that, right? My time is donated free, and it's a lot of time. This is literally a life sentence since I started this 9 months ago. But it costs a lot of money to run this. It's a 5-figure number that's rising. It has monthly fees, and that's why I'm charging for it, because it's a big number.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about, I call you Dave, the man with the plan, Weiss, because whenever you want do we go to the same hat shop? Thanks, Ian. No, my hat's different. My hat is actually a flat Earth hat. I don't think Dave's is. Dave's, is your hat flat Earth?
No, it's not. I just have a giant head, and it's really hard to find a hat that fits. I found two. They both happen to be gray. I was on Richie from Boston last night, and people are saying that this is some sort of Illuminati hat, and whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, so mine is the Flat Earth 2018 conference hat, official.
Okay.
So, and also my shirt, I'm also sporting the NASA going nowhere since 1958 shirt. Which you can get right now. It's just a little different NASA logo. So, no, Dave and I did not go to the same shop, considering he's not sporting any Flat Earth gear. Just the Flat Earth map behind him. No, but
in the description that you read, I got to update that. We have a bunch of updates since then. We'll go through the features, but there's stuff in that wasn't listed in there.
Right, we'll go through all those. But no, I call him Dave, the man with the plan, Weiss, because it was, at this point, I don't know if it's over a year ago or whatever it was, that you called me and we're talking about, I have this great idea for an app. I'm like, yeah, but how are we going to make that, dude? Like, it just seemed ridiculous. When people give me ideas, I just brush it off. Like, what are you talking about? How are we going to make an app like that? It seems impossible. But then he starts talking to me, and week by week he says, no, I found a developer. They think they can do it. What if we add this? What if we add that? I'm like, dude, go for it. So just talk a little bit about how you made the app for yourself, because I think that's one of the best stories.
Yeah, so I was willing to spend a few $1,000s on it just because I wanted to have it. When I'm talking to people about Flat Earth, it's great to have something like this to show them. So I started doing it, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. I'm going to make it so people can have it. And I actually had a free version out there. The problem with the free version was it was costing me even more money, because when people use the app, there's a fee associated with every user. And some stuff happened where, I was getting pinged, 10,000 times a day instead of once a day by some people. So I had to charge for the app. And since then, we've added so many features. And each time I think I'm done, I come up with another idea, or a listener or a user comes up with another idea that's great. I'll talk about, when we go through all the features, I'll talk about some of the new ideas I have. And if anybody has any other ideas, I'll put them in line and try to develop them.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, if people don't understand that, it's every time they bring up the weather data or anything like that, there's a small charge, and it may be, half a cent or 1/10 of a cent. But if somebody can get on there and do it numerous times over and over again, it can really add up. So, Dave, do you want to start in the upper left-hand corner and kind of work our way around, or do you want to start at the best thing on the app that I can see right now, which is the featured video down there in the lower left?
I'm afraid to hit the featured video because our window setup might explode. But
right.
Let's start with the weather, since you mentioned it. Okay. So a lot of people don't even realize that if you tap the weather, and I'm about to tap it, it brings you to the dark sky weather forecast. A lot of people know dark sky. Most weather places pull their data from dark sky. Gives you your local map, all different kinds of maps. You can zoom in and out. Go down, you have your weekly forecast. Go into the specifics of the day. Just a great weather app, and that's probably one of the most used things on an iPhone every day is the weather, right? You want to see what the weather is going to be like, to see what you're wearing. So I've included that in the app. Right below that is the moon phase data, shows you what phase the moon's in.
Right. And also sunrise and sunset is nice to have.
Oh yeah, sunrise and sunset. I forgot that. So that's another one. 8:18 tonight, sunset. So I will be out enjoying the sunset this evening after this stream is done.
Traveling on your boat. That's awesome. And
yeah.
What's the name of the boat again?
The boat is called A-Wake, A-Wake. And it in the background is a balloon shot with the sky and the horizon in the middle and the sun and then the earth.
That's my second favorite boat name. My first, my first favorite boat name is from Arrested Development. The name of the boat was Seaward, S-E-A word.
Yeah, that I probably considered that as an option. big fan of Arrested Development.
Yeah, it was a good show. Wait, and then just real quick, the two degrees Fahrenheit there, that's your low and your high for the day there for you in New York, right? Or New Jersey or wherever you are.
That is correct. When the app comes, because it was developed in India, the default is centigrade. So I don't know, what does the majority of the world use? They use Fahrenheit or centigrade?
You mean Celsius?
Celsius. It's actually centigrade. Celsius. Fahrenheit or Celsius?
I think the majority of the world is not like the United States. So I think we're
all right.
But we like Fahrenheit. Otherwise, I won't have a clue what the temperature is going to be. So 84 and 68, I can understand that. It's a pretty warm day and pretty warm night too.
I'm going to jump into the little settings dial, which is on the bottom next to the time lapse.
Okay.
Let's look at the time lapse first. I hit the hourly time lapse and it sets everything in motion. You can see the moon and the sun going. Now, you'll notice that the sun is not pinned to the hour hand, and that is because here in the United States, at least, we are in daylight savings, which is, in my opinion, a way to throw us off kilter from the natural cycle of the sun. So the hour hand is an hour ahead of where it really should be.
Right.
So I have a widget, which I'll show you, which will just take the sun and puts it an hour behind, so the sun's in a true position. some people asked, hey, is there any way to remove the hands? So we just have the sun and the moon in the sky because I don't really need to know what hour it is. I want to know where the sun is. And that's in the upper left-hand corner. If you look right next to the digital time, there's a little symbol that has a little clock hands on it. You
Correct.
see it?
Yep.
So if I tap that, boom, the
There you
hands
go.
go away, and now you just have a clean sun and moon clock.
What if I told you that's a feature I did not know existed? I had no idea that was there.
I don't think anyone except Andrew Lanks knew, who helped me with the graphics, knows it existed until this very moment.
Okay. Well, and by the way, Dave, I'm actually using my mouse, so when you tell us to go somewhere, I am kind of showing people where you're talking about.
Oh,
Just
very
so you know.
good.
I know you can't do that because you're using your finger on your phone, but
Right.
anyway.
So
So yeah, we saw
I'm gonna
that. That's how you get rid of the hands. Okay.
I'm going to put the hands back on.
Okay.
And just click it, and they come back on.
And then so in
For
November.
hourly time lapse, if I go to daily time lapse, good.
No, I was going to say when we go to
Oh, I
November,
lost
then
your audio.
I'm still here. When we go to November and the we fall back, that's why the hour hand will obviously fall back and catch the sun.
Right. So it doesn't happen automatically because not every place has daylight savings. So if you go into settings, which is next to the hour hand, the little gear, I hit settings, and I scroll downwards, I can go to show daylight savings time. If I turn that off and then hit the arrow and go back to the clock, boom, it's pinned to the hour hand.
Gotcha.
So that's non-daylight savings time. All right. So I'll go back down since we're in the widgets. We have 12 hours. I personally like the 12 hours, 12 and 12. 12 hours a day, AM, 12 hours a PM. Some people want a 24 hour, so you click the one on the right, 24 hours. It brings you right to, now you have 1 through 24 going around the clock.
Right.
Make sense?
Absolutely.
I'm a fan of the 12 and 12, so I'm going to switch back to that and go back into settings and scroll down. One of the other things that people were saying is that there's too much on the screen. So let's say I just want the weather. I don't want the countdown timer. I want to show the video. I'm not interested in the Zodiac, time and date, moon data. I don't want any of these things. I'm going to turn them all off. Here's the temperature, Fahrenheit centigrade. So I'm going to leave it on Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
Why do I say centigrade? What is that from?
What is that even? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. Celsius.
Okay.
And then frequently asked questions I'm going to turn off, which we're going to get in a minute, and show compass, turn off, go back, and now you have a much cleaner background.
Absolutely.
You can turn it all off, so it's just the clock, and you can take the hands off too. Let's see what that looks like.
Okay.
I'm going to turn everything off, and I'm going to go to back to the hands. Oh, the hands are gone. Oh, no.
Wow.
I can't get rid of the hands unless I have that. That's interesting. So if I go to the time.
And we have to do it first.
Yeah. So show date and time. Go back. I wonder if that'll work. Take the hands off. There we go. And then I get rid of the time. You know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to get rid of it because you know what? If you don't have the hands, maybe you want the digital time up there.
Right. I think it still looks nice. Looks great.
Yeah. So that's something you could do there. So I'll put the hands back on. Let's turn everything back on so we could show all the features.
And of course, we got to have the settings button. Otherwise, you'd be stuck.
The settings button always stays.
You'd be in an infinite loop. You'd never be able to get out of there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What's the upper right-hand corner? I see you share app with friends. That's pretty cool.
So if you click the little icon up there, up comes, you can copy a link or you could text it. When someone says, hey, where do I get this app? Bam, all the information's there. Type it in.
Sweet.
And boom, sent.
Beautiful. Got it.
Okay. So now let's go to, what do you want to see next?
Okay, so the featured video, you don't want to click that just because, well, I guess go to the countdown timer. That's pretty cool.
All right, countdown timer right now, I have it set for fe2019.com. It's 3 months, 8 days, and 13 hours. You can go into settings, and you can change it in here right there and just, choose your name and set it, or you can literally just click right on the countdown timer, and it brings up that little window. put in your information, and you're good to go. So just so any special event, it's not meant to be an alarm. It's just meant to be like, hey, my vacation, a trip that I'm taking, whatever it is, you just put it in there and it gives you a countdown.
Very cool. I like that. And then the featured video, basically tell people how that works, or at least what you're doing with that. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. So every day, when you watch, if you watch any Flat Earth video, the next video YouTube is going to feed you is going to be pure propaganda. And it's usually something that counters what you just saw. They've really got their algorithms down to hide the flat Earth. So what I do is I select a video each day. I try to do short ones during the week and longer ones on the weekends. And I put them in a playlist, and then I select it from the playlist. So when anybody watches it, all the next videos will be from that playlist. I'll show you right now. We have Jeran's interview on Veritas Radio that just came out yesterday. So I'm going to click on the thumbnail, and it's going to open up YouTube, and you'll see it's going to be sideways on your screen. But here are all of the other videos that are in that category.
Right.
Yeah, that are just other videos that I put in that playlist. So that's how that works. Next to it, we have the video archive. So, if you haven't been watching every day or you're looking for other good videos, you just click that video archive button, and it brings you to this month's playlist. Here are all the videos from the previous days. Go to next, and we'll bring up more. Look, there's your trailer when that came out. So these are videos, and then you go down. These are previous months. Here, go back to January, and the January playlist will come up, and it's all good content, stuff that that people are like, that have the best videos on the topic. Because some are mine, some are yours, some are John Thor. There's a lot of good people making videos out there. So anyone that has suggestions, like, hey, this is a great video, send it my way.
Right, because as a flat earther, people know that after you watch a movie, you're always recommended some nonsense video right after it. So this is a great way to do it. Talk a little bit about the playlists, too, that those each are attached to.
Yeah, so the videos are put into playlists. And if you can go to my channel, DITRH, or make your own playlist, anyone's playlist, and select a video from it. You click the video, then you take the URL from the top of the screen and share that with them. That will share that specific video with them, but then all of the rest will auto play that are after it in that playlist. So that's a great way around YouTube's algorithm. Great way to get people to see good videos. If you tell someone, hey, go research Flat Earth, and they type in the specific name of a video, a channel, and it has the word Flat Earth in it, in the name of the title, they're never even going to find that video. They're just going to find total garbage now.
Even if you search it by the exact title, still won't come up.
Yeah, the exact title with the channel name, it's just going to give you propaganda, just the worst stuff. You're going to have Logan Paul stuff up there. You're going to have just garbage.
Nat Geo, yeah.
Yep, it's pretty bad. So that's a really fun thing. And Jeran showed you the share button. Let's just do a few more things in here. So we have the countdown timer in there, set clock format we went over. Here are all your widgets that you can turn on and off. If you don't want it using your location, because it has to know your location. If you don't like having your location on for either, you're concerned about that or battery issues, you can say no to location. You can click this show location button and then select your location manually so it knows where to place you on the map.
Show people that. They may not understand how the app has to know where you're at so that it can place that at the
right. So you're always position below the North Pole. So I'm on the east coast of America here. I'm straight down from the North Pole. Noon is the 12-hour sun below me, which is really above me. And so if I was in Australia would need to be at the bottom of this map.
Right.
So your phone needs to know where you are to use it correctly. If you don't want to have it on, just go here, turn that on, and then click set custom time zones. And here are all of the time zones. You just pick one, and that's where you'll be.
So pick like Pacific time zone, just so we can see it swing around.
So There's a lot in here, so let me just
probably true. You might not
randomly grab one.
Sure. Yeah, pick Australia. I just saw. Oh, there's Pacific. Oh, that's not me. I'm.
Well, 12 GMT, whatever. I'll hit that, and I'll go back,
and now
there
you
it
see
is.
that they. So nobody's really.
But that's
in that
New Zealand. That New Zealand's at the bottom.
Correct. So then you can see how it swings around. So if you picked an Africa time zone, Africa would be swung to right here. If you're at the west coast of the United States, then the west coast of the United States would be swung to right here. And this way, it's 12 o'clock when the sun is above your head.
There you go. And the sun is always, wherever the sun is, that's where it's 12 noon. Like right now, the sun is approaching it's over the west coast pretty much. And that's where you are, Jeran. What time is it?
Yeah, it's 1:36, but again, that's why the hand is a little bit forward.
Yep. Oh, see, that's right. The hand is ahead of the sun.
Right. So really, it should be about 12:30 right now. Yeah, but it's 1:30.
So wherever the sun is, that's where it is 12 noon. So I'm going to go back and turn my location back so I'm good.
And nobody's tracking anybody's location. It's just simply to use the
I gave
app.
you the option to turn it off because guess what? Everybody knows where you are already. So I'm not interested. I'm already tracking you on Zoom Truth on the Flat Earth Friend Finder. So there you go.
He already knows where you live and what you do for a living. Okay, so that's great. I like that. And
let's look at the Zodiac.
Okay. Over here.
So everybody knows. I didn't understand how the Zodiac worked until I had it built into this app, and then I looked at it and I'm like, oh. So I clicked the Zodiac button, and the Zodiac shows up, and you can see that the sun is just exiting Cancer, going into, is that Leo? Or, I don't know my Zodiacs that well, but it's moving into the next Zodiac, and it takes about, a month to move through the Zodiacs. So, but what you didn't know, what I didn't realize is the moon's position in the Zodiac is also an important thing, and that changes like every 3 days. So if I speed this up, you'll see that the moon is moving through a Zodiac in about 3 revolutions. Now it's getting smaller here because it's going into a new moon. And by the way, in 3 or 4 days, do not email me saying your clock is broken, that there's no moon. Just wait.
Right.
The moon will show up. It's coming back. You'll start seeing it about now. There it is, sliver moon. The sun is moving slightly faster than the moon. It takes about 28 days for the sun to lap the moon. And the phases change.
Excellent.
All right. Turn that off. Turn the Zodiac off.
And then you can also jump 3 months, I see, when you're doing the time lapse. So if you wanted to see what it would be 3 months later and kind of watch the sun on its path.
Right now we're just coming out of the June solstice, June 21st, and the sun is moving back towards the equator. I'm going to hit in the bottom right the jump 3 months button, and the sun will jump 3 months from now. It's just going to be south, outwards of the equator.
Right.
And that's, it's going to be getting colder in the inner north hemiplane and getting warmer in the outer southern hemiplane. And then 15 seconds later, it'll automatically reset back.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, so if people don't know, you can see the 2 yellow lines there, both tropics, and basically over the course of the year, the sun's just going to go out until it hits the outer edge on December 21st and then go back in until it hits the inner edge on June 21st or around there.
And because you and I are in the inner northern lands, it is warmer for us because the sun is closer to us.
Right.
And it is in the outer southern lands, the sun is farther away. So what happens when something in the sky is farther away? It looks lower.
Right.
It's farther and it's lower in the sky. You have less visible sun during the day.
Right.
And then also the shape of the light on the map changes. This is all from from observations from timeanddate.com, and it changes over the course of the year. So it's pretty accurate. And by the way, I have a lot of gray area in there, a lot of twilight area. It's not 100% accurate, but when the sun is in all the way over the Tropic of Cancer, there is 24-hour sun in the Arctic Circle, just as we observe it.
Right. When it gets all the way up here, he's talking about the sun.
Right, so now we're going to look at the compass which people were asking for, and this is a slightly tricky one. I was kind of against it because, as you have shown in your videos, a compass is only good for the person holding the compass. If you are above the map, it starts to become inaccurate over long distances. And on a compass, when you're holding a compass and you're looking west, you're really looking south, because east and west curve away from you. So I'll turn the compass on, and from my location, north is straight up, a straight line up, that's north. A straight line down, that's south. And then east and west are circles to the left and circles to the right. So as I'm turning my phone right now, and now I'm oriented with north. How's that?
And then south would be exactly behind you.
Yep.
Or behind wherever the phone's pointed.
Yeah. So now, from my position, the east is, to my, well, the way I'm holding the phone, I'm backwards. The east, where those four cardinal points are, when I look in those directions, that's that direction for me.
Yeah.
That's something that's east of me or west of me. But if you extend that line, 1,000 miles, it's a southerly line, because you're heading towards, everything heads towards the south. That's a hard one for people to wrap their heads around.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, but I think that for the most part, people will understand it. And playing with this a little bit will help you. But really, yeah, like you said, it's only good for the person holding it. If you're looking from above, it can get a little bit confusing.
Right. So, yeah, looking from above right now, if I looked,
and
up where the compass is pointing, that it says north, but that we know that's south. That's Antarctica. But it is north for me all the way to the North Pole.
Right.
And then it becomes south.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
So, yeah, because people will get confused. They'll say, well, for Australia, that's south. Well, yeah, we know that. And again, Australia would be swung down here, and then that would be south.
Right.
Depends on where you're at.
Okay. And so now we're getting to the frequently asked questions. So we've realized that, when you're talking to somebody about flat Earth, we get the same questions again and again. And I used most of the questions from ODD's video, A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth, 21 questions, because they really hit it. I used, I think, 18 of them. And so I hit the frequently asked questions button, and up comes this list. And let's pick one, bottom middle, all space agencies in on it.
Right.
I click it, and boom, there comes up. The first clip is the chapter from ODD's video, and then all of the other videos that go along with it. So if somebody, wants to know that. So let's say you're talking to somebody, and they say, hey, they ask you that question: are all other space agencies in on it? And you're not with them. They don't have the app yet or whatever. And you say, hey, what are some good videos? Go to this, click the arrow on the top right, the little share arrow, right? And then you click text or copy link. And now I've copied the link, and you can send it to them via email, text, or whatever. And you're sending them that playlist.
The playlist, right. And if somebody presses play on a playlist, then the next video that plays after that is the next video in the playlist. So you don't get caught up in the YouTube algorithm that will try and send you to some Nat Geo or some Professor Dave movie or something.
Correct. So, anybody that's new to Flat Earth, anybody that's even advanced in Flat Earth, these are, the top questions. These are, the questions they ask 99 out of 100 times. I'm also adding to these. These are just YouTube playlists. I'm adding to them. So if you go to a playlist and say, hey, those videos are good, but I know a better one, please send it to me. info@theflatearthpodcast.com, and say, send me the link and tell me which question it's for. And I'll check it out. And if it's good, I will add it to the playlist, and we'll just make this better and better as time goes on. One thing I do like, though, if it's a great video that just doesn't have a good thumbnail, I may just mirror it and put a thumbnail on it, because thumbnails really help people see, encourage people to click. Do you agree?
Totally agree. I think thumbnails are super important, and not enough people put the extra, it does take 10 minutes or something to make a good video, but it's important. There's others out there. It's not just Bob.
Taboo conspiracy.
There's still more than
Not
that.
to mention any names.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
RFB. And by the way, Missa is happy to make you a thumbnail anytime you want. Just email her.
It's true. She'll make a thumbnail. She loves to do it. She makes a lot of money.
I actually make thumbnails for some people sometimes. When I have time, if I see a great video, I'll shoot them the thumbnail. So that's about that. So there you go. X out of that, and you're back into the app again. Let's go into settings again, and we have backgrounds. We have all types of backgrounds in here. So let's go and say I'm feeling, people call them skins. I'm feeling this one today. Bam. Change the background. Going again. Let's go way over. Here's a blue one. I'm feeling very blue today. There's the app.
I like it.
Right? There's a ton. And then I got a couple emails the other day, hey, how about let us put our own in there. So if you go all the way to the end, which is pretty long, upload your own image. Click that. Go into camera roll. And here's a picture of a flower that say, hey, that could be pretty cool. And I'll say choose. And
sweet.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. So let's try another one. Scroll to the end and upload image. Go to camera roll. And here is one. Here's one. So here's the problem here. This one kind of light, hard to see the date and time. So you have to kind of pick a good photo that has dark areas in it. Here's another darker image that I liked, a little nature shot. You'll be surprised what looks good. That one's interesting.
Good. Very good. And then also you can just do black if you want black, right?
Yeah.
Some days you're feeling black.
I used to have black. There's black right there. Just a black background.
Right. I like that one.
Kind of looks like space.
Except for it's not fake.
That's the view from the moon, by the way. I call that one. That's the view from the moon.
I like that.
Yeah. So just you can take nice. Some
Very
cool
nice.
shots and do whatever you like with it.
Yeah, darken them up a little bit, and then they'll be nice like these ones of the sky. There you go. Looks beautiful. Yeah. I really like it.
Did I cover everything?
Go back into settings. Let's look. I think there was some more things possibly. Oh, how about the FE store?
Oh, the FE store. If anybody is looking for some Flat Earth merchandise, everybody can use a Flat Earth app mug, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Got some hoodies in there.
Everybody could use 2 of those mugs, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Just some T-shirts. If you don't like these T-shirts, go to Jeran's channel. He's got his style of T-shirts. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Some Flat Earth podcast stuff. This is my favorite, Jeran. You have that shirt right there, the hoodie with the circle map. That's another thing.
I like the fish one. The fish one's good.
Yeah, it's flat for you, the fish fans out there.
Yeah, I like it.
By the way, fish fans notice that doesn't say fish.
Right away they notice.
Right away they notice. They're like, hey, what is that?
What does that say?
Yeah. So there you go there. And that is kind of it. The share with friends is good.
It's good.
You can post on Facebook, whatever you want. That's just a good way to share it. And no, the question is, why am I using the AE map? And the answer is, there's no globe map that's correct, and we don't know what the best flat Earth map is. But if you look at this, anytime during the day, wherever that sun is, call somebody up there, ask them what time it is, or look it up. It's noon.
Right.
So it works with a circling sun. I'm not saying this is the map to go by, but it works with a circling sun. And I believe the sun circles.
Yeah, and it goes back and forth between the tropics, and you can get to see that. You can see how the Zodiac works. Hit the daily time lapse again just so we can watch how the moon's going to disappear. So this is what Dave's talking about in the coming days. You're going to see the moon become a new moon, and right there it's going to disappear. So what Dave gets a lot is he gets people emailing him saying their app is broke because they can't see the moon.
If you look, you can kind of see the new moon. There is a ghost image of it.
But then it kind of comes back out. And there you go.
Yeah, there it comes back. There's a sliver, and then each day the sun is outrunning it a little bit. Now, also, though, not everybody knows this. The moon, the real moon that we see, oscillates in between the zodiacs, in between the tropics, just like the sun does. But it does it every month. Yeah, instead of it does it 12 or 13 times a year. Also, if you notice, the moon is a lot bigger than it should be. I did that for a couple reasons. One, having the moon oscillating was really a difficult programming thing. I may add it in the future, but I wanted the moon big enough so people could actually see it, because I tested it with a smaller moon, and it was just like you couldn't tell the phase of the moon. It was difficult. So.
Right. I remember when you were
it's really to
me
show you where the moon is. Like right now, I'm going to turn off the time lapse. It's going to reset, and the moon is set for you, Jeran. It's set for me, so I know that the moon tomorrow is going to be pretty small, and it's going to rise. It's going to be
in the daylight sky.
It's going to come up just before the sun does.
Right.
So you look at the app, and then all of a sudden you'll just go you'll orient yourself, and you'll know where you are, and you'll look up and go, oh, there's the moon. Never would have seen it. And everybody likes seeing the moon. Everybody likes seeing their house from an airplane. You ever been in an airplane and see your house?
Right, yeah. You love to fly
What
over
do you say?
There's my house.
There's my house. There's strangers. Hey, that's my house, right? You're so excited. And the guys on the moon, when they looked up and saw the moon, what'd they say?
Oh, shit.
I saw the Earth. I'm sorry.
They said nothing.
They didn't say anything.
No. They forgot.
They forgot.
Most likely because that's
wow.
That's what happens when you're standing at your house. It's hard to pay attention to it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So that is the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app. A great teaching tool, a great way to get by YouTube's algorithms. The daily videos alone, I think, are worth it. You get up each day and you have one choice video. I think I make pretty good selections.
So will tomorrow's video be this video?
I put this up early. Normally I put them up first thing in the morning, East Coast time. But I put this one up last night, so I'm leaving it up until tomorrow. I may actually leave this up an extra day because it's a good one.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
No, but our video that we're doing right now, it's got to be the app video.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
You know what? Excellent idea.
This
one I'll post this one tonight or tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's great. And if you turn on notifications, talk a little bit about that. I hate notifications on my phone because otherwise, if I have them on, my phone just is relentless. But I have most of them off, but one of them I do have on is this particular app because once a day I get a notification of the new video. So go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, so this is a push notification. If your phone screen is off or whatever, it's one of those notifications that drop down. It doesn't make any noise unless you set it to make a noise. And basically, I just have a short message about what the video is about. Today, I think the message was, Jeranism moon hoax interview on Veritas Radio. Bam. Or, sometimes it's something slightly witty, but it reminds you that a new video is up. You can click it, brings you right to the app. And again, if you don't like the push notifications, you go into settings on your phone, go to notifications. All of your apps are listed there. Turn it on, turn it off. And you can tell it only show, on the lock screen, don't show on a lock screen. You can set it any way you want, but
to whatever you want.
Who doesn't like getting a Flat Earth notification?
And it's one a day. At least it's going to be one a day. It's just, once a day you get that kind of thing. For me, it's nice because David's on the East Coast, so by the time I wake up in the morning and I check my phone, there's always that notification for whatever he put up hours earlier when I was sleeping. So.
It's fun, and also if something like there's a special event happening, a rocket launch, or we're doing something. Sometimes I'll pop that video into the app and do a notification, but I really try to keep it to one per day, just not to annoy people.
Right, and again, there's different maps. Some people like South America turned a little more, or they think Australia is a little smaller, over a little bit, and that's fine. But again, like Dave said, the sun is the answer here, and wherever the sun shows, call that place, and it will be noon there. So we think it works quite well.
Here's something I was thinking of. There are a couple other maps and styles of maps that I do like. Somebody just showed me one where I like it, where Australia is smaller, but I'm gonna play with it in the app a little bit. if maybe I come up with 2 or 3 or 4 other maps and have a settings, choose which background you like.
Yeah.
I just got to see how they work with the sun and the moon's position, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a feature that I'm going to be adding. And then another feature I was thinking of adding, tell me what you think of this, is some images. You're talking to somebody about how the photos of Earth are photoshopped. So you go to the images link, which will be right above the FAQs.
I like it.
And it brings you to a bunch of thumbnails. Maybe it's all the images from my hoax book. All of those images. And
like
you click it, you can bring up the high-res image, zoom in on it, and so you have it right at your fingertips.
Perfect. Like
to show somebody.
People always don't understand the ice wall or the ice shore. So that'd be great to have some images of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good idea.
And again, there's videos for that, but sometimes you're at a crowded bar or, hanging out somewhere and you don't have time to watch a video and you're having a conversation. You can show them pictures and talk and do your own live, in real life video.
Yeah.
But not film.
You're breaking up there.
All right.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were breaking up there. So again, yeah, and if you want to get this app or you want to gift it for somebody, those links are in the description. Stop moving boxes, Dave. Oh, no, you weren't.
I'm not moving anything.
I saw it move. It fluctuated. So anyway, see you moving things. I saw it moving.
I haven't touched anything. That's so strange.
Very strange. It's just glitching. So if people, do you want to, I don't know if, can I bring up the chat? Does anybody have any questions real quick about the app? I'm just going to ask that question real quick. If there's any quick questions, I don't know, type questions. Somebody says, I had hopes for Jeran. I love his work, but as long as he hooks up with this guy, he is losing his soul. That's disappointing.
Well, it could be true.
Could be true a little bit.
Could be true.
Yeah, so whatever you got to say. Whatever makes you feel better about your life. I don't have a problem with that. They landed in, people talking about flights. I don't think anybody could have any questions on the app at this point. This person, I don't know who this person is. Those not working right now. I don't know. This is why I don't read chat. It's boring most of the time.
All right. So let me throw it out there. If anybody has a problem,
somebody asked, is it possible to make the FE clock your iPhone lock screen? I don't think iPhone lets you do that with any app. Yeah,
iPhone doesn't allow you to do that. And Google Play, I am working on a widget lock screen, but it's severely limited. They can't. The sun can't travel between the Zodiacs because you can't put flash on a lock screen thing. I'm trying to work around it. I was hoping to do a watch face, but it's just the limitations of the platform. So you really can't do it. And iOS doesn't allow it at all.
Paraplegic Bear says, I'm feeling left out, Dearth. Why isn't there a flatter sun and moon clock app for paraplegics? Damn it, I'm trying not to use sarcasm. I thought it was pretty funny.
You know what?
It
so
works
you want
for
me to add
paraplegics.
voice controls? Is that what he's asking?
Maybe. Anyway, I don't see... why is Dearth's hat so big? I had the same question.
Because my head is a big head. Do you know how people have a 4-head? I have a 5-head.
Pretty funny. Okay, so I guess there's no other questions.
If anybody has any issues,
tell them your email address one more time.
Info at the Flat Earth Podcast. Send me a screenshot. Tell me what type of model phone you have, and tell me what the problem is. Keep it concise, and we'll address it. Most of the problems people are having are issues with their phone. If you do have a problem, try uninstalling the app and reinstalling it. But we've had very, very few problems. It's working well.
No, it works great compared to even other apps that glitch out, or I just never have any issues with it. Somebody did ask one more time how to get to the past videos. So again, maybe
past
just real
videos,
quick, video archive right there.
Right to the right of the featured video is that little play button that says Video Archive.
Right.
I click it, and up comes the current month's playlist, and you scroll down, and there are all the videos.
Right, and then you go scroll even further, or I think you have to hit next until you get to the months, right?
Yeah, so I go down, and then here are the other months. So I'll go all the way back to December, and up comes December's playlist.
Beautiful.
Now, occasionally, because we have a lot of new people coming on board, I will repeat a classic video. Like Flat Earth Trilogy by ODD. That one is needs to be seen by a lot of people, and there's never once where I've accidentally clicked on it that I didn't sit down and watch it again. So if you see a repeated video, just be happy that other people that haven't seen it before are getting to see it.
I agree. All right.
Right.
Is that it, Dave?
I think so.
Okay.
We went over everything, and I'm liking it. So, and also, if anyone has an idea for features, let me know, because I think that by the time the conference comes around in November, there's going to be 5 new features on here that we haven't discussed yet.
Yeah, they keep coming. So all these things have been added one by one by one. When it first started, it was just the clock.
Yeah.
I have to say time lapse is my idea. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there, but and I think Dave wanted that too. But anyway, I was like, we got to have time lapse. And then I thought the time lapse was too slow. So I said, Dave, we've got to do a daily time lapse where it can move a little faster. And then he added that.
True.
Somebody said, let's do Zodiac. He added that. Somebody asked for the compass. I think Dave's idea was the FAQs. I'm not really sure whose idea that was. But it's just been one thing after another. The featured video added, the archives, all that stuff has just been added piece by piece. I think it's a great tool. I make no money from the app, for anybody who thinks that I do. I just think it's a great tool. So, and I don't think Dave makes any money from the app either. I think it's cost him more than you can imagine.
I've been
he's
putting
made.
a lot of money back into the app, and the time, I don't mind the time, because it's really, I wanted this app for me,
Right.
and I love it. I noticed that the guys that are doing street activism in Europe at Speaker's Corner, they're all using the app. They have it on their iPads, and they're showing people. And it's working. Like when you're talking to somebody and they're like, wait a minute, what about seasons? And you break out the app and you show them the jump 3 months, their eyes light up. They go, oh, that's how it works. And then the next thing they say is, how do I get that? You go to that share button and text it to them right there. Let them have it. Okay. And there you go.
Sounds good.
All right.
Well, great. If anybody needs to get this app, like I said, the links are in the description. I don't think we're going to be talking about anything else, so check me out. Sunday I'll be doing another Globebuster show. Dave, you have anything exciting coming up?
No, that's it. This was I've been waiting to get this done. I was on with Richie from Boston yesterday, showed him the app. He hadn't seen it, or he had seen it in passing and forgot about it, and he absolutely loves it, so that made me feel good.
Very cool. Yeah. And check out my video that you see there in the featured video. It just posted yesterday. That was the Apollo 11 conversation I had with Mel Fabregas from Veritas Radio, Hour 1. So check that out and subscribe to Mel if you want Hour 2, or become a patron.
Right, and if you subscribe to Mel, you can go back, and Jeran and I did an interview on there, which I really liked. And not just because it was us. I think it came out really well, and I got a lot of feedback on it, and it created a lot of new flat earthers in Mel's audience.
Yeah, no, I think it's great, and I think Mel does some of the best interviews, so definitely check out his site. He's got all the Hour 1s up there for free, so you can check those out, but I think it's definitely worth the investment. Support what you like, or it goes away, as always, and there's lots of ways to support me. PayPal.me/Jeran, Patreon.com/Jeranism, or Venmo @Jeranism. All right, guys, I remind you guys to do your own research, because when you do, you'll never again believe what you've been taught. This has been Jeran and David. Till next time, peace.
See ya.